Hello everybody, how are you doing today? Do come on in and join me. Welcome to Rebecca's room. Now today I'm going to be talking to you all about number 7 makeup. And I can't believe I haven't done a video on number 7 before. I've been here on YouTube doing videos all about all the different makeup brands for nearly 9 months now, and I've never spoken about number 7. So I thought it's time. It absolutely is time to do a video on number 7 because have you seen it recently? Have you been to Boots? Have you seen number 7 makeup recently? It has come such a long way, honestly. I mean, when I think of number 7, it's that brand in Boots, isn't it? That always seemed quite posh when you were a teenager and you'd go in and you'd be looking at all the drugstore brands. Number 7 always seemed to be the one, you know, that was a little bit more special, a little bit more high end. But then as we've got older and maybe we have got into some of the higher end brands, number 7, it sort of wasn't really up there, was it, with the others? But they've recently brought out their Pro Artist range, and I can honestly say it's amazing. To me, it's like luxury makeup at the drugstore. And I know price-wise, it's not down there with Elf, is it? It's not sort of the sort of cheaper end of drugstore pricing, but it's certainly not up there with the high-end prices either. So I've been really, really that impressed with the new Pro Artist range that I just had to come on and talk to you about it and just talk you through some of the pieces that I have and show you them and just talk to you about how I feel about them. So, you know the drill. Now, if you've been here before, we put the big blue headband in and we make a start. Now, I don't often use a primer, but today I'm going to use a primer because one of my favourite ones, not just at the drugstore, but of any primer, is this one, and it is by number 7. It's the Airbrush Away primer, and I think they do 3 different versions of this for different skin types. Well, I have this one. I have the pore minimizing one because if you know me, if you've seen me before, you'll know I have quite oily skin and I can get enlarged pores around this area here. So I love this, and I'm going to put some on now and just show you it. So if I just show you it, it's like this, it's sort of that sort of creamy white texture. And I just put it on those parts of my face, down the T-zone mainly, where I can get sort of enlarged, more visible pores. There, you don't need much. It's got that nice sort of silicone-y texture, if you like that. It's a really, really nice one. There we go. And that is on. Now, for foundation. Over the years, I've loved number 7 foundations, especially the Lift and Illuminate and the Hydra Luminous, and I've also tried the Stay Perfect as well. I wasn't so keen on that. My favourite was probably the Lift and Illuminate. It was just a gorgeous, lovely, creamy, sort of moisturising foundation. I loved it in the winter time when my skin felt dry. Well, I bought the new Pro Artist one. It comes in a lovely little dinky bottle like this, and it's called the Weightless Silk Sheer Foundation. And I have it in Cool Ivory as well. You can probably see that on the sticker there. And the first thought that occurred to me when I saw this was, do you remember the Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua? I think they've discontinued it now, but the packaging is very, very similar to that. The product, I would say, isn't similar, but the packaging to me is. And with that foundation, you had to give it a good shake before you applied it because it was water-based. Well, looking at the ingredients on this one, I don't think this one is water-based because it has a few silicones in it. So it's not the same product, but it was just the packaging really reminded me of that. And I love it for travel. It's portable. It's got the same sort of squeezy top that the Chanel one had. And if I just show you, actually, I'll put it on the back of my hand there so that you can see. It's quite thin and watery. See, you can see how thin and watery it is. And I like to apply this with my fingers. So that Cool Ivory shade is perfect for me. Look at that. Really blends in, doesn't it, to my skin tone. So if you are a similar shade to me, then Cool Ivory might be the one for you as well. It feels going on just really sort of thin and lightweight. It just glides seamlessly across my skin as I'm just applying it with my fingers. I'll just take a little bit more as well. They say it's a long wearing foundation as well. They do say you can get 24 hours wear out of this. Well, I don't know about that. I don't wear my makeup for that long, but certainly on the days I have used it, I haven't been disappointed with the staying power of it. So it's just gorgeous. It's got vitamin C in it. It's got a bit of vitamin E in it as well. And it contains hyaluronic acid, as do so many things these days, don't they? But, I mean, look at that. That has just blended seamlessly. It's covered everything I want it to cover. It's not grabbed onto any dry patches. It's not settled into my fine lines or my pores. And I know I've applied it over that primer as well, which will be helping. But I just love the finish. I love the finish that this gives. I'd say it's a light to medium coverage. They say you can build it up if you want to, if you want more of a coverage. But I'm happy with this level, with this medium level of coverage. I very rarely want to go heavier than this these days. But I really am very happy with that foundation. And just on the subject of price with this Pro Artist range, this foundation costs £19.95 at the moment here in the UK. Well, the Lift and Illuminate one, which I spoke about before, is £20.95. So price-wise, they're very similar. I mean, the Pro Artist one is even a little bit less than the Lift and Illuminate. The Hydra Luminous one, though, is £16.95, so it's a little bit more than that. But all of these Pro Artist products, they're very similar in price to Boots' original line of products, which surprised me. I thought they would be quite a lot more expensive because the packaging is a lot more luxurious. It's weighty, it's heavy, it feels nice. Everything comes in an outer box like this. Like that foundation came in this outer box. Isn't it lovely? And the blush that I'm going to use and the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to use, they all come in these gorgeous outer boxes. And the original line don't, you know, you just get the actual product itself. So in terms of the packaging and the quality and how it feels and your experience of opening the product, it's very high quality. With a very reasonable price as well, which was fantastic. Now, let's move on to concealer. And I've got the No7 Pro Artist Touch Up Concealer. And what shade do I have this in? I have this in number 2. And this is one of those with a brush on the end. So like the YSL Touche Éclat and, you know, a few other brands do them as well, don't they? And I'm just going to apply this. You have to tap the end like Touche Éclat to get the amount that you want. And I'm just going to apply it just in that sort of centre area of my face, under my eyes and down in the marionette lines as well. And I like to just blend this with my ring finger, just in there. And what do I think of this concealer? I think it's nice. It doesn't have the most coverage in the world. If you prefer a fuller coverage concealer, I don't know if this will be the one for you. But I mean, it certainly feels nice. It's a nice, lightweight, thin texture. I've not noticed a problem with creasing of it through the day, but I do set it with a powder. But I think if you just want a nice, easy to apply, fairly lightweight concealer that does a nice job of brightening, I think this is a nice one. And I mentioned setting it there, didn't I, with powder. The powder that I like to use to set my under eye area is actually from No7's original line there. So it comes in this sort of packaging, just their standard original line. And this is the Airbrush Away finishing powder in the shade Translucent. And I've had this for quite a while actually. And it's been compared a lot with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder. It's lovely. It's just so light. It's finely milled. It's all the things you want for an under eye setting powder. So I'm just going to go into this in my fairly small powder brush from Beili and just go under my eyes with that, and just down over where I put that concealer. Yeah, it's a gorgeous powder, this. If you want to try the Charlotte Tilbury one, but you don't want to pay Charlotte Tilbury prices, I highly recommend this. I think it's a beautiful one. There we go. Gorgeous. Right, now then, where are we next? So to set the rest of my face, these days I'm preferring a loose powder to set my makeup, and then I prefer a pressed powder to do any touch-ups later on in the day. Well, I bought the Pro Artist loose setting powder. What's it called? Set the Scene loose setting powder, and it comes like this with this gorgeous gold lid. And the outer packaging that this came in was this beautiful, beautiful box. I mean, look at it. The quality, it's just gorgeous. It's got a nice weighty feel to it without being too heavy. So if you are traveling, you know, this isn't going to add a lot of weight to your makeup bag, but it just has that nice feel in your hand. It doesn't feel flimsy or cheap or anything like that. And did I write down how much this is? Yeah, this is £12.95 in the UK, and Boots' standard range loose powder is £11.95, so it's only actually £1 more expensive for this one. And I think for the quality of the packaging, I think it's worth the extra pound, I really do. The thing that does annoy me though is it comes like this, so it's got the plastic, which I've left on to show you. But when you pull the plastic back, you've just got the little holes there, and there's no way of closing it off. So if you are traveling with it, that might actually put you off, because it just makes a little bit of a mess on the top here. Some people don't mind that, some people do. I must admit it does annoy me a little bit. So I probably, I've put too much in the lid there now, you see. So I probably wouldn't take this traveling with me. Just because I'm quite messy, you know. I throw things around and I'm not very careful with them. And I just think that it would go everywhere and make a mess. But let me just put this on my face, because in terms of the powder and how it goes on your face, it's beautiful. It really is. It's blurring. It's soft. It's finely milled. It's probably one of my favourite loose powders that I've ever used. I mean, look what that has done. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but that is just perfected. It's smoothed. It's sort of semi-mattified, but without being flat. It has done really, really beautiful things to my skin. You can't deny it. But the packaging annoys me because it makes a mess. We can't have everything, can we? You know, we have to we have to make compromises here and there. So I'm just going to put that over there, well out of the way, because if I knocked it and it fell on the floor, that would just be disastrous. But I love what it's done to my skin. So there you go, what we're going to do. Right, now let's move on to bronzer. They've brought out a cream bronzer, again in one of those little tubs with a lid. It's very similar to the Chanel one. You know, there's the Chanel cream bronzer, the universal, I don't know what it's called. I don't have it, and I don't have the No7 one because I don't prefer a cream bronzer on myself. Just because I've got quite oily skin, I can get quite dewy throughout the day. So I prefer a powder bronzer just because I prefer the finish of it on my skin. I just prefer how it looks. And I really like this one. Again, it's from Boots' original range in the white plastic packaging. And this one is in the shade Sunray. It's just a really nice matte bronzer. It's got a nice smooth texture. And I just like to go in and apply a bit of this just around the outer perimeter of my face on my Real Techniques number 400 brush. Yeah, it's just nice. And a bit up there as well. I don't feel I need loads of bronzer at the moment because we're coming into winter now, and that foundation actually is such a good colour match for me. I don't feel like it's left me looking pale or anything. So I'm just going to use quite a small amount of bronzer today. Now, moving on to blush. And I got so excited when I saw these little blushes. If you know me, you'll know that I love my blush. It's probably my favourite item of makeup. And I've loved No7 blushes for a long time. I've had this one in my collection for a long time. I even had it before they had this white packaging. I don't know if you remember, the packaging used to be black plastic and they changed it all to this white packaging because it's easier to recycle apparently. But this shade in particular in Peaches, I absolutely love it, and I've had it in my collection for a long time. But it's gorgeous. It's kind of matte, but it does have a bit of life to it. It's not a flat matte. And I got this Pro Artist blush in the shade, it's just called Rose Blush there. And the price of this one is £11.96 on the No7 website at the moment. This one is £11.95. So there's just one penny difference, and you can't compare the packaging, honestly. I mean, there's no mirror or anything with this. It does feel quite cheap. The product itself is beautiful, but the packaging does feel a bit sort of plasticky and flimsy. This, on the other hand, for 1 penny difference, feels beautiful. It feels luxe, it feels sort of heavy. It's got a nice compact, it's got a nice mirror, it's got a magnetic closure. Did you hear that? Did you see that? Magnetic closure. You see, you cannot compare the packaging at all, can you? And I think the product inside is just as good, if not better. It's a bit velvetier, but the colour is very similar, isn't it? So this is Rose Blush, this is Peaches. If you like that peachy toned blusher, either of these I think you'd be really happy with. So I'm going to use this one today on an angled brush. I'm just going to take some, tapping it off and just applying it where I would normally apply my blush, like this. Oh, it's such a lovely, healthy colour, isn't it? Definitely loving my peachy toned blushes at the moment. Even though we are going into winter, I don't care. I love it. I know everybody's going for the berry tones, aren't they, at the moment? And I do like a berry tone blush as well, actually, I must admit. But for my normal, sort of my signature look, I guess you could say, is a peachy toned blush. I just think it's the loveliest and the most flattering on my skin tone. Now then, shall we move on to eyes? Because I've got one of these eyeshadow palettes, and I was so excited about it because I've been reading reviews, I've been watching other people's videos on YouTube about these, and it looked fantastic, and I just thought I've got to try it because No7 eyeshadows, I've loved them for many years. I've had these little single ones. If you have seen my videos before, you probably will have seen me talk about these in like underrated product videos and things like that. So I haven't done a dedicated No7 video before, but I've definitely mentioned their products in other videos that I have done. And even before these came out, I had them in the old, this is the old black plastic packaging, the blushes and everything came in packaging like this. So I've had this one a long time, I should probably get rid of it. But I just wanted to show you that, you know, No7 products have been used and loved by me for a long time. So let's do my eyebrows first, shall we? And I'm just going to go over my nano bladed areas with this little thin, skinny brow pencil. What's it called? Eyebrow Precision Pencil, and it's just in the shade Blonde. Now it's got your retractable pencil at one end, and it's got your spoolie there at the other end. I'm hoping that this blonde shade isn't going to be too light for me. I think it might be a bit light. Since I had the permanent makeup done, I've been using a slightly darker shade. Yeah, it's not really showing up, is it? Okay, I'll just press on a bit harder, apply a bit more pressure there. Okay, so yeah, this is too light for me. I probably should have gone a shade darker. Oh well, my mistake. We can't blame the product for that, can we? Right, I'll just leave them as they are then for now. So, in terms of an eyeshadow primer, Number 7 do these. It's in their Stay Perfect line, and it's a smoothing eyeshadow. And in the boots that I went into, they had these in 3 different colours. They had a light pinky version, this one which is in the shade Nude, and they had another sort of darker shade as well. And I thought these would be really nice to use as a bit of a primer with some pigment to it. They did have a separate product called an eyeshadow primer that was clear, but I prefer my eye primers to have just a little bit of pigment in, just to neutralise any discoloration on my lids. So it's a little doe foot applicator like this, and I just apply it all over my lids, both sides together, and I will just take my ring fingers and just blend them in like this. Okay, so yeah, it's really, really nice. And I mean, if you got one of the other colours of this, you could definitely just wear it on its own as just a one and done liquid eyeshadow. That's gorgeous, isn't it? Just giving me a lovely, bright, sort of clean canvas to put my eyeshadow onto. Now then, I know you're all waited with bated breath, aren't you? This palette that I got, I've been loving it. It's in the shade Lights Camera Action. I think this has been their most popular shade. And it's gorgeous. It's a little quad. You've probably seen it before if you're interested in number 7. And it comes with this little tiny little brush as well, which is actually quite useful. You can be really, really precise with this and really sort of get into the corners and, you know, do a line. So don't throw this away. This is actually quite useful. But this quad, if you just want a sort of neutral but glamorous buildable eyeshadow quad, you can't go wrong with this. And I'll just show you now. These shimmers are beautiful, and this matte shade here, the pigmentation is gorgeous. So let me see, what brush shall I use? I'm going to take this fluffy brush from Beili, and I'm going to go into that sort of camel-y matte mid brown and just go through my crease with this. Oh, it's lovely. It's not too pigmented in that you have to be careful, you know, but it's not one of those drugstore eyeshadows that you have to spend 10 minutes building up because you're not getting enough pigment either. It's that lovely, it's just that lovely amount. You see? Really nice. So we'll do the same again over here. And this brush is perfect as well. Again, it's by Beili. I'll link my Beili brush video below in case you missed it too. Really, really nice, affordable brand of makeup brushes, similar to BK Beauty. There we go. Ooh, look at that. Wow, really nice, isn't it? Now, I'm going to go into this shimmery sort of peachy champagne shade on a little flat brush like this. Take some of that in there. And just go, wow, look at that. Look at the shine on that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, wow. And I just think for autumn, these warm sort of, it's like an autumn leaf colour, isn't it? It's like a gold, like a goldy, browny sort of champagne-y colour. I love it. Are you all enjoying the weather? It's not been very nice here the last few days. We've had a lot of rain, and it's forecast more rain as well for the coming week. Oh well, I guess we need the rain, don't we? Really, really like how that has turned out. And if you have green eyes like me, these sort of warmish browns can be quite flattering on them. So what am I going to do next? I think I'm going to go into this white highlight colour on that same brush and just take a little bit of that and go into the inner corner. Or shall I use my finger? I might try it with my finger actually. Just in that inner corner there. Oh yeah, that is lovely. Wow, doesn't that add a lovely sort of bit of brightness, a little pop of brightness in that inner corner? Such high quality, these. They don't feel at all like drugstore eyeshadows. You know, when I think about my other drugstore eyeshadow palettes that I love, that I really like and I use a lot, this feels like the next level up in quality. I must say, they really do. They're soft, they're buttery, they're creamy, they're so blendable. Really nice. Now, this dark brown shade here, I'm going to take on my liner brush and I'm going to just do an upper line, an upper lash line in that outer corner there and blend it up slightly. Oh, so nice. And I don't know if you've noticed, I'm not getting any fallout at all from these shadows, which is a bonus, isn't it? Because some high-end eyeshadows, I actually get a lot of fallout from them. So I'm loving that about these. A bit more on this side. Blend it up slightly in that outer corner. Lovely. And because I don't have a number 7 eyeliner, I don't know why, I just didn't buy one. I think I just forgot. I just forgot to buy one. But it's okay, because if you have a liner brush like this and a dark shadow, you can just make anything into an eyeliner. I'm just going to go under the lower lid a little bit in the outer corner. I'm not going to come too far in, just a little bit out there. There we go. I think I'm going to leave it there for the eyeshadow. I think that's enough just for a daytime look. But again, the packaging, it's out of this world. You've got a lovely high quality mirror, that magnetic closure, you see? Gorgeous, isn't it? And I'm just going to pop this little brush back in there as well because I don't want to lose it. Absolutely beautiful. Well worth the money, I would say, definitely. Okay, now mascara. I very rarely buy new mascaras. I usually find one that I like and I stick with it. For a long time it was the YSL, what was it called? The Lash Clash one in waterproof. I loved that for a long time. And I started to think, is there a more affordable version of this? Because YSL is quite expensive and you're replacing your mascara every 3 or 4 months. You know, you get through them quite quickly. And I found the L'Oreal Panorama mascara had a very similar effect on my lashes. So I thought, right, I'm not going to buy the YSL one anymore. I'm just going to stick with the L'Oreal Panorama. And I have, and I've been loving it. It's really nice. But for this, there was just something about this mascara from the number 7 Pro Artist range that just piqued my interest, and something about it made me really want to try it. And I think what it was is the fact that it's tubing. Now, the name of this, it's called That's a Wrap Tubing Mascara. It says it along there, I don't know if you can see. But because I've got hooded eyelids and I've got quite oily eyelids, I either need a waterproof mascara or a tubing mascara, or else they just smudge and go all over the place on me. It's not the mascara's fault, it's just my eye shape and my skin type. So the fact that this was a tubing mascara intrigued me, and I thought I'd really like to try it. And also it has a lovely wand as well. It's quite thin, but it's that sort of plasticky rubberized wand that I think is quite good, because you can get all the way into the base of the lashes and you can get all the way in, you can get all those small little stubby lashes, and I just find it really easy to apply and easy to work with. And since I've had it, I've been wearing it and I've had really good results, I must say. It doesn't smear, it doesn't flake, it lasts all day. And I really do like it. It's definitely up there with my L'Oreal Panorama. Let me just put some on and show you. I mean, you just need one coat. You see how I can get all the way, I can get all the way down to the base of my lashes. And I mean, look at that, that's one coat. Isn't that good? One coat. Now, I will say it's quite a wet formula. So after a few weeks, maybe this will dry out a bit more, I don't know. But I can feel that it's quite a wet formula. But I don't really mind that because it does dry down. Let's do the other side now. Over here. But I mean, it's really black. The colour, it's one of the darkest black mascaras that I've used. And I just think it gives so much drama and impact. you know, without clumping or anything like that. I just think it's a really, really good mascara. So yeah, I do recommend that. And if you don't know how a tubing mascara works, it contains polymers that wrap themselves individually around each eyelash. So if you think of your eyelash like this, the polymers will wrap themselves around it. And when you come to remove it at night, you don't need any makeup removers or anything, any cleansers or anything like that. All you need is some warm water, and you just rub it over your lashes, and the tubes come off like in pieces. And I remember the first time I used a tubing mascara and I was removing it with warm water over the sink, and I was terrified. I thought all my eyelashes were coming off, because when the tubes come off, it looks like it's your eyelashes all in the sink. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I looked in the mirror and it was fine. I still had my eyelashes on. But I just think it's a more gentle way of removing mascara than having to rub at it with a cleanser. Especially if you use waterproof mascaras, they can sometimes be difficult to remove. But this, if you want a tubing mascara, I think it's a really, really great one. So I'm very, very happy with how this is looking at the moment. What do you think? So let's move on to the final step now, which is lips. And I must say, of all the steps in this and all the products, I think that the lip products from No7 are my least favourites, if I'm being really, really honest. I've got a lip liner in the Pro Artist range. I've got one of their moisturising lipsticks, and I do actually like this gloss. I've got this lip gloss, and I also have from their standard line one of these Stay Perfect lipsticks, and I don't like this at all. It's meant to be very long lasting, and I do find it quite drying and a bit sticky as well. It's in a nice colour though. What's it called? Rose Mist. And it's a lovely colour, but I just don't like the feel of it. I don't like the texture of it, so I won't be using that today. I'm going to go in with this lip pencil. So it's the No7 Pro Artist Precision Edit Lip Liner, and it's in the shade Rose Couture, as is this. Both of these are in the shade Rose Couture, okay? And I think the reason I'm not mad about it, I mean, by that I mean I'm not loving it. It's not my favourite. And I think it's because of the colour. Now, when I went to Boots, they only had two colours of these. They had this one and they had a red. And I was tempted to get the red because I've been quite into red lipsticks recently. But I thought, no, this will probably be more versatile. I'll probably get a lot more use out of this. And let me just put it on and show you. Okay, it actually looks like a nice colour from where I'm sitting now in this lighting by the window. What was it I didn't like about it? I just think that the colour it's a bit too warm toned for me. I think I prefer a more cool toned lip liner. Yeah, I don't know. Let me put the lipstick on over it as well and just show you how that looks. Now, packaging on this, beautiful. Cannot fault the packaging at all. It reminds me of the Clinique Almost lipsticks. You know, the black honey and the pink honey and all the other ones that they've got. It's gorgeous, isn't it? This packaging's beautiful. And this product feels lovely and hydrating on your lips. Yeah, it does. It's fragrance free as well, as are, I think most of these products are fragrance free. In fact, I think all of them are fragrance free. I've definitely not noticed a fragrance in any of them. Yeah, it feels lovely going on. I think it was just the colour. I don't know. I would just prefer, I mean, look at this. This has a magnetic closure as well. Look, isn't that just beautiful and very high-end and luxury feeling? It's gorgeous. But just the colour for me, I just think it's a bit too light and a bit too warm-toned. And it's funny because I was watching Gemma's video, Pampered Wolf Gemma, when she did a video on these products, and she used this same colour and the lip pencil in Rose Couture. And she felt that there was something slightly off about the colour of this, and she went over it with a darker lip liner afterwards. And I can kind of see what she means, but I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do though is go over it with this beautiful lip gloss. I love this. It's the No. 7 Pro Artist Luminous Glow Lip Shine. And what shade is this in? I can't actually see. Did I keep the box? Yes, I did. Comes in a box like this. Luminous Glow Lip Shine. And it's in, oh, there we go, Diamond Pink. Diamond Pink. And it's gorgeous. It's so shiny and sort of, there's a tiny little gold reflect in it as well. It's just beautiful. And the applicator is a really nice sort of precise shape as well. Does this have a fragrance? No, this is fragrance free as well, which I know a lot of you really love. Yeah, so I do like it with the gloss on. I don't know, I just think it plumps it up and just makes everything look a bit nicer. Right, let's release the hair. Oh dear, should I have done that or not? So there we are, a full face of No. 7, focusing particularly on the new Pro Artist range, which I think is fantastic. And really important, the best bit about No. 7 is you never really have to pay full price for it, because it's always on 3 for 2 in Boots, certainly in the UK. Now, I don't know about other countries. If you're watching this from another country and you have No. 7, is it always on 3 for 2 where you live? Do let me know in the comments. I'd be really interested in that. And there's always like vouchers as well that you can get for No. 7, like £5 off, sometimes even £10 off. And you can use it on the skincare. I've not mentioned No. 7 skincare, but this Future Renew line I really love as well. This serum is gorgeous, and this night cream is one of my favorites as well, and these are always on 3 for 2 as well, so I can highly recommend the skincare as well. So there we go. It's been quite a long video, hasn't it, this one? But I've had a lot to say. I really like a lot of these products. So let me know what you think. Do you use No. 7? Have you used any of the new Pro Artist products? Do tell me in the comments, and I will see you again in my next video. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Bye.